Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you guys how I got gray hair. I'm actually filming this intro a couple weeks after I filmed the rest of this video, so my hair has faded since the footage that you're gonna see. I'm gonna try and make this intro super brief because if you're landing on this video, you probably don't care. You probably just wanna know how to get gray hair, but the information I'm gonna tell you right now is important, so don't fast forward. The results that you get depend on where you're starting from. I had box black hair for over 10 years. Just in the last 4 months, I've started to lighten my hair to get it to silver. I'm not quite to silver yet. I'm at this gray shade, but I actually really like this gray shade. No matter what hair color you have naturally or colored, you have to lighten your hair to a pale yellow shade before you can put any kind of gray color on top. If your hair isn't light enough, it's just not gonna show up. Don't even try. Trust me, I've tried. You're not gonna get gray hair without having your hair light enough to begin with. So what that means is that if you're starting with dark, you're gonna have to bleach it to get it light. Throughout the lightening process, I did not do that myself. Going from black to blonde is a really intense process. I have 2 videos documenting my process. I'm gonna link those down below, so I'm not gonna go in depth about that at all. Just know that you have to lighten your hair before putting gray on. So I do have tape-in extensions in right now. My hair naturally is about this short. This is a piece of natural hair. Super short. I've had to cut off a lot throughout the whole process, but I also just like short hair. But I did want to add a little bit of volume and length. So major shout out to Raw Beauty Christy. Christy is who helped me throughout this whole thing. You guys will see her in the video. I could not have done this without her, especially the tape-in extensions. So we're gonna be showing you guys how to do the gray at home and also put in your own tape-in extensions. It is easier if you have a second person to help you out. The reason I went with tape-in extensions over clip-in extensions is just for my lifestyle. I just don't picture myself clipping in extensions every single day. Now that I've had the tape-in extensions in for a little over 2 weeks, I can say that I love them. There really isn't anything negative I can think of. Chrissy said hers lasts for about 3 to 4 months. It's basically just as soon as you get that hair growth and they start showing a little bit more, you just literally remove them. They are full on in. Like, I could tug on my hair right now. I don't have to worry about anything falling out. The only thing you have to worry about is the tape showing. You can get tape that matches your hair color, but since we had to start with a pale blonde shade of extensions and color them darker gray, my tape color is like a white shade. So I just have to make sure that my hair is fully covering it. It isn't really an issue unless it's like super windy and my hair is blowing everywhere, but you can sleep on it totally fine. They're totally flat, so unless someone is like massaging your head, they're not gonna feel them. If you place them and cut them right, I feel like they can look super natural. Christy also cut mine. I could not have cut them myself, so if you have a friend who can cut them, or maybe you wanna put them in yourself and then go to a salon to have them cut them, that could work. Super happy with them, super happy with the results of everything. Thank you, Christy. Christy was seriously a lifesaver. I'm gonna leave her channel link down below. You guys should go check her out. She does like insane special effects makeup. Super talented. She's a good friend of mine on YouTube. Love her. Go subscribe. I think that's everything I had to tell you. If you are new here, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. It'll notify you every single time I put up a new video. So if you want to see how I got gray hair and put in tape-in extensions at home, you're in the right place. Just keep watching. So when I left the salon this last time, this is what I walked out of with. Pretty blonde shade, just not gray or silver at all. So I ended up adding some stuff to my hair. I basically added like 3 different things and I ended up with this. It is a shade of gray. It just had so many different colors in it that it was hard to keep up with. And I also didn't like the root color. They're like kind of green, as you can see. But when I went into Salon Christy, I came out with this. So as you can see, we added some length, also evened out the color and just got everything a really nice deep gray shade. Since I had so many different shades on my hair and I wanted it just one tone that was easy to keep up with, and we also had to match the extensions to my hair, we decided that it would be best and easiest if we actually strip the color of my hair, so everything that's in my hair right now, and it'll take it back to the blonde shade that it was bleached to at the salon. When I was at the salon, I knew that she got it to a pale yellow shade, so if we stripped this color, we would be good. It'd be back to the pale yellow. If you are also needing to strip color, this method worked really well. This is what Christy has done on her hair lots of times. We actually used vitamin C, which you can get at the drugstore. Now, I would not recommend getting these tablets. You need to get the kind that pop open and have liquid inside, because we literally sat here and crushed frickin' tablets for like 4 hours. Not exaggerating. You can get powdered vitamin C already. If you can find that at a store near you, buy just powdered vitamin C. Make sure it's straight vitamin C, not emergency or anything like that. I have super thick hair and I have a lot of it, so on my hair we ended up using a whole bottle of vitamin C crushed. Crush it really fine and then mix it 1-to-1 with shampoo. Mix it up really well and then you're just going to fully saturate the hair. We left it on for about an hour, but just check your hair and you'll see it start to lift. Once it's done and you feel like you're ready to wash it out, rinse it out and then put some purple shampoo on there just to tone out any brassiness. And when you rinse it out, it'll look something like this. So as you can see, I am back to the pale yellow blonde shade. My roots are actually pink here. It was hard to see on camera, but the roots turned up straight up pink. I'm pretty sure that was from the Joico color that I put on them. I've read that that can lift really weird when you try and remove color or bleach it. So here's the pink roots just so you guys can see. I was totally fine with a darker like shadow root, so I wasn't super concerned about that. We were just going to figure it out once we got there. So after I dried my hair, this is what my hair looks like. Now my hair is super damaged because I've been bleaching it for months now. I know, you don't have to tell me. My hair bounces back pretty quick though, and I use Olaplex and all of that good stuff, so don't worry. Now we're going to go in with the gray, and for this I use the Wella T50. You can get this from Sally's, and we're just going to mix this with 20 volume developer. 1 to 2 Wella to developer. Just follow instructions on the box and apply like you normally would. All over the hair, you want to make sure every inch is covered. We decided to first put the toner everywhere, even on the roots, just to see how it turned, and then if the roots were still a weird color, then we would figure it out. But luckily, when I rinsed everything out, this is what we got it to. So super cool, like bluish gray. It looks different in every lighting, but I love the way the roots turned out. They actually turned out a really nice ashy, dark gray, brownie shade. I actually really like the roots. And the rest of it was exactly the color I was hoping for. So now we're going to go in with the extensions. So I'm going to show you how we colored these and then actually put them in and blended them to match my hair and look like real hair. So mine are from VP Fashion. These are the exact style number. I'm going to link them down below. I also have a discount code for you guys. This isn't sponsored by VP Fashion. This is just the extensions that I chose to try out. I went with these because they're known to be good for coloring and like fun fashion colors and stuff. A lot of extensions are treated with stuff that just turns it weird colors, and these ones are supposed to be like really good for coloring and stuff. So when you get them, the 613A comes in this pale yellow shade. I actually cut some of them off to start because I knew I didn't want to have to waste color on ends that I wasn't going to need. If you're going to be coloring tape and extensions, just try and look out for the tape. You obviously don't want to get the tape wet before you stick them in your hair. It just won't hold as well. So I just used a rubber glove and wrapped a ponytail around there, kind of just keep the water out a little bit. If you have any better methods, let me know down below. This is just what I did. So the first thing I did, and you can also do this if you want silver rather than gray, is just use a purple shampoo, put a ton on there and really work it through, and purple shampoo just totally tones out that yellow. I actually recommend the Pravana purple shampoo over this one. This is like the cheap Sally's one, but the Pravana one is amazing. I used it on clip-in extensions and it worked way better, but this worked. I mean, it just toned out the yellow and turned it to like more of a gray tone. As you can see, here's after, so huge difference just with literally purple shampoo. I'm just going to summarize this part for you because I would not recommend doing this. Basically what I did was put on the Joico color, which was a mistake. It turned them like straight up blue, which is what you're seeing here. This is actually after we stripped the color using that same vitamin C mixture. So if you get these extensions, just go straight to the Wella T50 after the purple shampoo. Don't put anything else on them. So we're literally doing the same thing. We did test strands on my hair, by the way, and the extensions before we put any of this on. And when we did the test strand on the extension and held it up to my real hair, it looked like almost a perfect match. So doing the exact same thing that we did to my hair, just mixing 1 to 2 Wella to developer. Here's a good tip because Christy's a genius and I never thought of this before, but if you want to measure really easily, use that same toner bottle for your developer because it'll give the exact amount when you're trying to measure out developer and toner. So if you're using 2 bottles of toner, you're going to need 4 bottles of developer. If you're using 3 bottles, you'll need 6 bottles of developer because it's a 1 to 2 ratio. So then you're just going to fully saturate the extensions, just paint them on, flip it over. These extensions are super thick, so make sure that you really get in there. We kept finding patches of like dry hair even after we thought it was completely saturated, so just really work it in with your fingers and the brush and move around the hair and make sure all of those patches are covered. You want to get as close as you can to the tape without trying to get it wet, because you obviously don't want like blonde peeking throughout the top. It's kind of tricky. We actually got a couple of them wet, but the inside ones were totally fine. So we left the toner on for about 20 minutes. You'll see it start to turn colors, rinse it out, and then just dry it. So now we're going to go into the actual tape-in process. Christy puts her tape-ins in herself, so it is possible, but if you have a friend who can help you out, it'll make your life a lot easier, especially if this is the first time that you're doing this. You're going to peel off the tape and then just place your comb right directly below the tape so that it's kind of sticking to it, and it'll just help hold it in there. You're going to want to section off your hair starting at about the top of your ear, and when you choose pieces of hair to actually apply the extensions to, make sure you get a really fine amount of hair. I got better shots in a second, so sorry, this is like cut out. But basically you're going to sandwich two extensions together. So once you put that one on the bottom of your real hair, now you're going to sandwich it with one on the top. You want to place them about ½ an inch away from your root so it's not too uncomfortable or anything. And here she is just putting that one on the top and just pressing down really good to secure it. The reason why you want to choose a really, really tiny amount of hair is so that the tape is actually sticking to the tape on either side. If you have too much hair in there, it doesn't have anything to stick to. When placing the tape, you obviously want to put it places that are going to be covered by other hair. So you don't want to stick one like right in front of your ear because there's not going to be anything to cover that. So basically just find the spots that are more sparse and that you can like blend in with your hair, section it off like we're doing here, and then get a really fine amount, and then you're just going to keep applying the tape in the same way. You can kind of take down the clip and see where everything's falling if you need to figure out where to place your next piece of tape, but Chrissy just kind of like worked her way from bottom to top. Here's a better shot of how much hair she actually used and how she's placing the tape. You can see that you can totally see the tape through it, so you really just want the smallest amount of hair, and then use your finger to press down and make sure everything's secured, and then just take out that comb. Your hair is going to look really long and ridiculous and not blended at all until you go in and cut it, so that's okay. It's going to look gray for a little bit. Christy said hers lasts for about 3 to 4 months. You can use the same hair, you literally just remove it with like alcohol, and then you can replace the hair. So you don't have to buy new extensions every 4 months, you just use the same ones. You can wash your hair the same. Try not to place product directly on them like oils or anything because that'll just loosen the tape a little bit, but otherwise do everything normal. So here we go, looking like Rapunzel. As you can see my short hair on the top. It's not blended in at all, which is why you have to cut it to a length that still is going to look natural. So if you have naturally super short hair, you'll probably have to go about my length. If your hair is naturally longer than mine, you can go longer with the extensions because it's just going to blend better. I have no idea what Christy is doing here, so I'm not even going to attempt to explain. Christy cuts her own hair too. I don't know how she does it, but she's a boss. By the way, it was literally 3 a.m. at this point, so major props to Christy for being a trooper and finishing my hair. Color-wise, I feel like the extensions in my real hair matched pretty dang well. Once she was done cutting, we just curled my hair, and then this is the final result. Super happy with it. I think Christy did freaking incredible. Christy's not a licensed hair professional at all. She just has learned all this, and I just think it looks amazing, better than any time I've ever gone to a salon. I love it. I think she totally killed it. I would do this whole process again, recommend it to you guys. I'm going to be still using the T50 to color my hair when I need it. So here's a little before and after for you. Everyone loves a before and after. Okay, so that is how I got my gray hair. I did want to say that this color fades extremely fast since it is a toner. It isn't a color, so it's not going to stay on like a color, even like a demi-permanent color. So to keep up with the color, I've been using either the Fancy Full True Steel Wash, which is literally a wash out color. So if you're going to be like going in the rain or something, don't put it in, but you just put it in with wet hair, blow dry it, it stays on until you wash it next time. That's a good option, but it's super temporary, literally washes out. Another option, which I love these, is a Celeb Luxury Color Rinse. I mixed the silver shade with the pastel lavender. I'm gonna link the exact ones down below along with everything else I used in this video, but those are freaking amazing. They're actually color depositing shampoos. Awesome way to keep up with any hair color really. They literally just deposit color every time you wash your hair with them. Those have been a lifesaver, or else my hair would be like ashy blonde brown right now. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. You can subscribe if you want to be notified.